and I'm gonna add the beat all the way through it. You know what I
Let's
mean?
get it.
And then chopping down, like let me share it too. And then chopping down. Man, it's a lot of sensitive. You know what I like, what I seen, man, at the beginning of the year, because this is the top of the year. And I hope people left those problems that they had in 2022 in 2022. This is 23. We in the year of the Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And that's fadeaway jump shots. You know what I'm saying? And looking good and smelling good, man or a woman. You feel me? That's just what it is, family. And I like the way that the news show how we came together, but we need to come together on other issues as well. But the injury on the field, the unbelievable phenomena is almost like COVID. You start talking to people that you
Yeah.
weren't talking to before. You know what I mean? And now you have uh, this this heart attack on the field, man, that has brought people together, man. And who would have thought it, right? You've never seen you've never seen anything like that before ever on a football field.
My buddy Scott Maple said it's the vaccine. Somebody else said that. He said, yeah, and the booster. He's got a booster too. I mean, somebody else said that, but I haven't confirmed, or I can't confirm that. And tonight's programming is not for the what we got soft. We got soft. We got soft. We started talk about soft things, and I started not being. But we're not soft no more. I just say that. Fuck that.
Now it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, excuse me, sir. Do you realize that you're walking around with your nuts out? Yes, I realize I'm walking around with my nuts out. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get into this programming real quick and go. We got 10 topics for you guys tonight. We got more than 10. Oh, we got 12. Oh, I like the last one. Woo! We got some. What are we talking about tonight? We're talking about. We got a couple more comments. Look at soccer. It's been happening. Yeah. Scott Maple said, "Look at soccer. It's been happening." And yeah, we're gonna come back to that. We're not gonna spend too much time on that at the beginning. Right now, we're gonna get into this good content of today. Oh, Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe and them did good today.
Yeah, they did.
I asked permission.
We're gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna
I'm
give props.
especially happy to be here with my friend.
Yeah, they did good.
Years, and I might add, longest serving leader in the United States Senate, Senator Mitch McConnell. I asked permission if I could say something nice about him. I didn't want to. I said I campaigned for him or against him, whichever helped him most. But for decades, people have talked about
That
the
boy
French
tongue
Bridge.
numb than a motherfucker.
Folks, talking is over. The bipartisan infrastructure law, we're finally going to get it done.
Yes.
The law is the most significant investment. This whole bill, the most significant investment in American roads, bridges, since the Eisenhower Interstate Highway System. Over $1 billion from the infrastructure law for this. It's going to upgrade the bridge, and the delegation has fought so hard to get done for so long.
We all know these are really partisan times, but I always feel no matter who gets elected, once it's all over, we ought to look for things we can agree on and try to do those, even while we have big differences on other things. And this bridge, I think, symbolizes the coming together of both sides on something that both sides thought was important to try to get an outcome. So if you look at the political alignment of everyone involved in this, it's the government working together to solve a major problem at a time when the country needs to see examples like this of coming together and getting an outcome. And so I'm pleased to be here today to be a part of this. I encouraged it, I supported it, and I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish working together.
I love it. I absolutely love it, Key. I mean, I love seeing. I'm not a fan of. What's up, Cam? I'm not a fan of Joe Byron, but today is a good day for the United States of America, and it all happened in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, in Covington, Kentucky. I got to give it up to Joe Byron for stepping up and attempting to heal this country with bipartisanship. And McConnell coming through, and watch McConnell go out on his farewell tour. He's the longest tenured politician in American history. Hate him or love him, that is a fact that you can't take away from old Turtleneck. Turtleneck is the longest. The longest.
Yeah, he is, and they smoked some Kentucky bluegrass when they made that deal. They both was up there hiding the motherfucker at the podium like shit. Yeah, what was I up here to say? Yeah, the bipartisanship. We come together. Oh, y'all know what the hell I mean. Y'all finna. We about to start selling y'all weed too. We get it. We get it. Y'all get weed now.
So now you're talking about the weeds. I want to go ahead and we can talk about that because weed. Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, has signed an executive order making medical marijuana not a criminal. He gave I'm gonna talk street to my peoples out here because I tried to make a post about it earlier and I was trying to be all sedity about it. Basically, I was the second person in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, first Kentucky born and first person to get a medical marijuana card. And it's basically simple like this. It's a pardon, a pre-pardon. That's all it is. It doesn't do anything. It's a nothing burger from the governor. It's a nothing burger because the only people who this affects is 1/10 of a tenth of people in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, because you have to be able to, anybody can get this shit done. I got to go to any doctor, physician, have this piece of paper. You can get it on my Facebook page and have your doctor fill it out. And then you have a medical marijuana certificate that covers you under the executive order of Andy Beshear. What does the executive order of Andy Beshear say, my friends? That if you get pulled over with medical marijuana that was purchased in a state that is allowed, that have reciprocity with Kentucky, then you will not be prosecuted for if you have less than 8 ounces. So how many states is that? Michigan. So from here in Northern Kentucky, you got to drive to Michigan, get your stuff, and if you get caught with it, you just show them this letter. But you have to have it it has to be in the original packaging from the dispensary. And you also have to have the receipt. So Keelan, Smith Johnson,
driving that far to get some weed. Y'all going to Michigan?
Who does it help? Or Illinois? You should go to Michigan or Illinois. If you live in Western Kentucky or something like that, in Paducah or something like that, Illinois borders Kentucky and Cairo over there in Paducah area, Western Kentucky. So that's not a far drive. But if you live in Northern Kentucky or if you live in Louisville or you live in Southern Kentucky, if you live in Pikeville or you live somewhere like that, it's a nothing burger. Only thing this did is this pushes the needle further closer to Kentucky. Is the conversations being had. That's it. That's it. So don't be fooled thinking you're going to be able to get one of these medical cards and go out there and do some dirt and then pull this card off on a cop, because the cops are going to be like, all right, do you have your receipt for your marijuana? Did you buy it from a dispensary that has reciprocity in the Commonwealth of Kentucky? So fellas, people in the hood, don't get caught up. Does it make sense? Saying, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up with the nothing burgers, because this is a one big nothing burger to get people caught up.
Don't find yourself getting caught up. I'm telling you, for that little bit of green out there, man. But see, I had to switch to my phone. It started lagging on the computer, man. That's why it was a delay in me even saying anything. I don't know what happened. But I can hear you clearly and good now.
Nice.
That medical marijuana is gonna put a lot of people out of business. You're gonna have to go get a job. Don't forget about myged.com. If
My buddy Scott's in Nevada where marijuana is legal, and I know my friends that live it. I've been going back and forth getting marijuana from Nevada for damn near 15 years since it's been legal. I'll go there, whatever, what if I need it or whatever. And Bud, in the on the Las Vegas Strip in Nevada. Let me turn my camera on in that corner. On the Las Vegas Strip in Nevada, and to go get marijuana on the Las Vegas Strip, people who that's for the tourists. That's for the people with the safe, because you get the real gas from the streets anyway. On God. You still get you still get the only thing that's good for the dispensaries is how much you're getting. For people who are cautious about people who've been getting street weed, you're gonna still keep getting street weed. You're not gonna go to the dispensaries. That's for the tourists. That's for the people for the white folks who don't like meeting one Walmart parking lot. Those are for the people who want to be safe when they consume their marijuana. But it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change.
So I've had the pleasure of living on both sides of the bridge, being a Cincinnatian and being all through KY. Um, Man, if you want to go to the dispensary, it's a couple like right over. You know what I mean? Like the one that I go to is a Sunnyside. It's in Kennedy Heights, in Columbia Township, bottom of the hill. Great facility. Sometimes the lines is long, but man, I'm not. Man, you can. And for real, when it comes to these dispensaries, if you've never been into like a dispensary, I don't know, but when you go in there, it's a point system when it comes to what you can get and what you can't get.
Exactly, and how much and stuff like that. But okay, say you go to Ohio dispensary. This is the
Yeah.
perfect example. You go to Ohio dispensary and you get your legal 8 ounces of weed, and you bring it back over to Kentucky, and you show them this medical card that's filled out by your physician, about your doctor. It's not legal unless you get it from Michigan or Illinois. You see the trick bag. Do you see the trick bag? Are you seeing the trick bag?
Yeah, that's why would they I mean, what's the point for the paper? Like, what's the point?
It's a nothing burger by man Smith Johnson. It's a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger. This is what you call in the political, when you pass bills that don't mean nothing. They symbolization, and it's will move the needle further and closer to legislation, because ain't nothing moving without the legislation in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's got to go through the Senate and the House to become law. An executive order, and he's actually, in my opinion, he's played himself, because now
Now,
there's no regulations on shit, and everybody's going to be in limbo, and he's going to be like, and you're going to go to Ohio. Somebody's boo-boo or Ray is going to go to Ohio, to a dispensary over in Ohio. They're going to get some weed. They're going to come back to Kentucky. They're going to be blowing it loud in a cop's face, like, medical. I got a medical card. And then boom. Did you get it from Michigan? And then you're back in trouble again, giving people false hopes.
yeah, that's pretty bad. Now, are there any? I haven't checked into it. Are there any facilities popping up? Is this something new that they getting ready to break into? Like, look, give me a bridge, I'll give you the medical marijuana. Is this something new that's about to be groundbreaking? Because a lot of people could use that medical marijuana now. I don't see what's the holdup. The Just Say No to Drugs commercials, we threw those out the window a long time ago.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's the whole thing. I don't understand what the play is, because this executive order, I'm about to show this executive order right now. It's a nothing burger relating to medical cannabis. You can read this. This is on my Facebook page. You can go there and you can see the executive order that Andy Bashir wrote, and it tells you exactly what you can qualify for, what you can do. You can go in here. It gives you all. It's page number 2 on the executive order, and then you go in here and it tells you all the things: cancer,
And just nothing.
epilepsy, all that. All these things will allow you to get a medical. These things are covered. All these things, if you see them, they're covered in post-traumatic stress syndrome. That's the one that most people should go after, the PTSD. Post-traumatic stress syndrome.
And the list changes. I think maybe like weekly on what post-traumatic stress is. So you can go look it up. You ever been slapped in your face, punched in the jaw, physical fights? Go to your doctor and advocate with your doctor about that. And now your doctor is going to want to give you a test, and they might not give you the test right then and there, but they're going to want to test you and want to probably give you pills. But if you say, hey, look, I don't want to take nerve pills, I prefer to get the marijuana, because I don't know if they have any facilities. If they have any facilities, hey, because I know that piece of paper right there, like you said, is nothing. A medical marijuana license is going to run you, I think it's like 150 total.
And
You know what I mean?
these should cost you nothing. If you're watching this program and you're seeing what we're going through right here with this medical diagnosis written certificate, you can go to any healthcare provider who is licensed to practice medicine in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Any of them. You can go to any doctor. It's right here.
Who got the weed? Who got the weed?
Exactly. There's the
which
trick
one of them
bag.
doctors got the weed? Who got the weed?
There's a trick bag.
Somebody coming because I want to invest in a company. Who got the weed?
That's why I'm sitting in legislation. I'm trying to find out
who got the motherfucking weed, yo.
Kentucky's a cash cow, so we don't need to be going anywhere else to try to facilitate any of that kind of stuff. You want to get back on track on the program, or we still?
Man, who got the weed, T? They giving out these motherfucking paperwork. Who got the weed?
This is
like they need to get it popping.
We giving out weed cards. That's what Kentucky Andy Bashir saying. We giving out weed cards.
So when the weed coming by Valentine's Day, is it a surprise coming by Valentine's Day? Like, guess what? We was gonna tell y'all last week, but guess what's happening? They gotta try it before they buy it first, right? We're gonna announce the bridge, and we're gonna announce this weed. They got all these sober living houses. They got all these methadone clinics around.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to go ahead and pump that weed. Man, they was high today on that commercial. Hey, we finally got y'all bridge. It's gonna take us 7 years, but within the meantime, in between time, we're gonna drop this weed on you, baby. We got that bluegrass.
The bluegrass. Right. The bluegrass.
I heard Amazon coming out with a brand called Prime. Like, the lady said, "Oh, Mr. Biden, you smell so good. What is that cologne you're wearing?" He said, "Shit, penis by men. You want some? Shit."
He said Amazon's coming out with his own strain called the Prime. They're gonna come pull up in the delivery. Hey, that's okay. Shoot, hey Bezo, if you're listening, here's a business for you. Weed delivery.
Now this right here, I don't even know. I ain't even watch it. I felt like, you know what?
Take it back.
Nah, a couple recipes for them, man. Like real quick, something simple. Like, man, if you haven't learned how to cook and get your ideas together, here goes some romantic dinner ideas, man. Guaranteed to cook, fillet, and rotisserie them draws off.
Rotisserie them draws. Rotisserie them draws. Yeah, man.
I'm writing a book right now. It's a rewards program for men. I'm writing. It's gonna be a short read, 130 page, as we looking at this recipe that looks delicious.
That looks delicious for real.
Oh man. But it's gonna be a short read. I got a co-writer I'm writing it with, and it's a male and female perspective, and it's gonna be a great one, man. Because everyone has to earn their rewards. So
that right there looks good. That looks Salisbury Steaks with crispy. It would look really, really good. So after that one, do you want to go to the Young Thug? Are we ready to go with Young Thug yet?
Yeah, hey, look, they actually are all in order. So we just go down the line on them. We can watch a couple of these because that one was long. But we can listen to the audio on this one. This is serious right here. For y'all that don't know, a lot of these people taking plea deals in this case, and this man is facing like 35 years, man.
On a RICO?
Yeah, man. And he's not gonna tell on nobody, man. He gonna take whatever they giving him. It's been a lot of shoe-ins.
Killer Mike, Birdman, Lil Wayne, Future.
What?
well as Rich Homie Quan are among those who could potentially be called as witnesses.
What?
But before that trial gets started, they have to seat a jury. That process still underway right now in the courtroom. And what I'm told is it could take weeks. Rapper Young Thug was front and center today for the start of jury selection in the Young Slime Life RICO trial.
What's going to happen in just a few minutes is you're going to watch a video that has the instructions for this particular trial that you've been summoned for.
The 14 defendants facing trial listened this afternoon as their indictment was read aloud to 200 potential jurors.
YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang.
The defendants maintain YSL is simply a record label, and alleged prosecutors are targeting them for their lyrics, which often describe violence in the Cleveland Avenue neighborhood. The judge reading to the potential jurors the criminal charges the defendants face.
While associated with an enterprise, they unlawfully conspire to conduct and participate in, directly and indirectly, such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity.
Now, the jury selection process is expected to take about 5 to 6 weeks. To date, 200 jurors were reviewed. Tomorrow,
is Young Thug in jail?
200 more, and on
Yeah,
Friday,
he in jail.
an additional 200 will be reviewed. Now, those
He been
who
in
filed
jail for about 8
to
months.
have their cases heard on Monday when the case was.
And everybody's is tattling.
Everybody taking plea deals. Everybody saying that YSL is a gang.
Cases gaining national attention. This trial happening pretty quickly here, as we know many of these people involved were arrested in May of last year. So
I don't know. It's he pushing for a speedy trial.
That we're waiting on in the city.
Well, we're told officials wanted to fast track the indictment process because some of those who are the defendants in this case were out on bond were out of jail on bond, and they just wanted to make sure that they didn't disappear or nothing bad happens in that process. So they wanted to make sure it got through the system to the courtroom as soon as possible. Now, that does not mean that this case is going to go quicker than normal. We're expecting anywhere from 6 to 8 months, possibly 9 months for this entire trial process. So it could still be a long time.
All right, Bobette, thank you so much for that update.
That's a long trial.
That's going on for a while. I mean, what are we learning from this, peoples? I mean, like, what are we learning? If anything, take the smartest. There's got to be one smart, nerdy dude who can understand law and legislation in your group. There's got to be one that you can.
We can be honest though, too, T. He was wearing a dress. You didn't think he was street? He was wearing dresses on his album covers.
News is out of Cincinnati.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. We didn't know that dude was street. So then you hearing it now, like, yo, dude was real, bro. Like, he was a real street cat. I don't know, man. It looked kind of bad, man. Everybody taking plea deals, man. If they can get it knocked down to 15, man, they gotta win out of that. If they can get it down to 15 years, he ain't just gonna walk. It's real ugly.
Bills player Damar Hamlin has been taken to the
hospital. This is sad.
Collapsing on the field during a game against the
I don't even like watching this no more.
I'm Candace Burns.
And I'm Leland Pender. The game was initially
suspended. It's sad, but it's a phenomenon.
Right now, Hamlin
stuff like this don't happen.
In critical condition, according to the NFL. Sports director Lane Casadante is live in studio now with the latest. Lane.
Leland, Damar Hamlin is a 24-year-old second-year player out of the University.
Dude
he was making a
miracle.
Yeah, I think I believe in miracles, man. I love it.
Show you this play.
I don't even want to see the play. I don't want to see the play.
Hamlin made a tackle on Bengals receiver T. Higgins, an otherwise normal play.
It didn't even look like that hard. It's just
a couple of uneasy steps, then collapsed backwards. He was immediately attended to by medical personnel on the field who administered CPR and oxygen.
Hey, pause it right there, T. Pause. So look, we could leave it right there and just talk right here for a second. That's a phenomenon, man.
Absolutely.
That's I feel like that's a phenomenon, man. And also the way he was like awkwardly standing, like, and that's a good dude. From what
Yeah.
everybody say. I don't know him, but man, he's brought a lot of people together, man. Fans that you know that didn't know him, man. People that Googled about him and learned about him. You done seen people speak genuine about him. You seen Mike Tomlin speak genuine. This kid is 24 years old. I call him a kid because I got daughters. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
man, his GoFundMe is now up to like 5 million. It may be more now.
I think it's like
But
6 or 7 million. It's getting up there like 6 or 7 right now, which it should
but
be. I
that
hope it goes to 100.
yeah, but that hit now the revolution of the shoulder pads and the chest guard has to be in play because there's no way uh your chest should be unprotected like that to where it could mess up your heartbeat. I feel like the equipment is faulty.
But it's 1 in a million
Yeah, but now the stats there. Now we have a stat of that 1 in a
of
million.
that one. You want to go into the Stephen A thing right here, the blitz one right here?
Yeah, we have to go into Stephen A, man. These commentators, they trip
Losing
me
their
out, man.
mind. They're losing their
Look
minds.
what he say, man.
He's standing up because he's thinking he's got to chase T. Higgins at an angle to make a tackle. So he didn't expect T. Higgins to launch his body back into him. You know, it's one of those things. A lot of times you sit as a linebacker, unblocked, you know, unengaged running back comes through the hole, and he knows the contact's coming, so he lowers his helmet, and you can't get underneath him. So he's able to get into you, and your chest is exposed. So they've taken that out of the game, but they don't really regulate it as much as possible. I expect the league will be a lot more vigilant when it comes to that and using that penalty.
Right.
Man,
Okay, that was a viral clip of Bart Scott. That's been viewed.
that's how we need to see a Bart Scott, T. Man, Bart Scott is a hater. He used to play for Pittsburgh. Man, ain't no way in the world, man, you gonna try to just put that on the receiver. Like, oh, he put his helmet down. He did that on purpose. He launched. He catapulted. Like, come on, man. This is a 1 in 6 phenomenon, bruh. Like, he just trying to get some airtime because he don't get to get on the games. He don't get to commentate. He just trying to get some airtime. Somebody please tell Bart Scott I said, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, yeah, they're out here talking on, oh, well, I think and what I thought. And man, shut the fuck up, bruh. Like, man, you lying, man. This is a 1 in 6 phenomenon. That was a regular play. It just happened to hit in a point like unreal that happened, man.
You got a
Unreal,
better
man.
chance of getting struck by lightning or something like that. And it was unfortunately fortunate that it happened where it did, because he was in the place where Cincinnati has one of the best trauma centers in the world. He had ready people right there to administer CPR within minutes. You know, I mean, you can say what you want to. I do believe that they handled it well on the field. The only thing that I'm concerned about is the spin of the media when the NFL gets it. The NFL is a multi-gajillion dollar conglomeracy that has a lot of influence on media. A lot of people get paid off it. Look at Stephen A. Look at all these people who are getting paid to talk about this sports. We're talking about it. Getting paid.
They were mad. They was mad, and they wanted the game to continue. You seen them start warming up. The only reason, I don't care how they slice it and dice it, the only reason why that game didn't continue is because the players didn't want to play.
Exactly. Let's
just be for real here. Like let's just be for real.
Yep.
They did not want that game to stop. You know how much money was on the line? MGM, FanDuel, Sportsbet, Cincinnati, all that Sports Fred, all the sports places you could bet on your phone.
Fantasy
you can
football.
Yeah, you betting 100, you getting 150, however it go, parlays, whatever it is you do, what you do on your thing. Man, they needed that game to go. They like, look, I don't know what they doing. they got 5 minutes. We need to go ahead and hey, business as usual, right?
5 minutes. That's what I heard. I heard 5-minute warm up, and they're going to get back out there and play. They're
And
cleaning
no,
up their
no,
mess.
no, no. That's just standard procedure. Nah, that wasn't no standard procedure. Money was on the line.
Yeah. I mean, if that was one of those things, if the players would have went for it, they would have played. But the players said no. The players said, we're not playing. And then this guy said to me earlier, he's like, yeah, well, what happened to the days when the players had to fulfill their obligation and do what they're told? I'm like, what are you going to do? You going to whip them? You going to pull the whips out? Because I said it before and I'll say it again. The NFL employs more black millionaires than any other corporation in the United States of America. Name another corporation that employs as many black millionaires as the NFL. Not even the NBA. Not even the NBA. Not even Major League Baseball. It's the NFL solely. Not even the music industry. There's not even the big tech industry. There's the largest grossing. The way to make it the most money as a black man in the United States of America is to be an NFL football player, but you still are human.
Yeah, and they were mad. And you have to be
Big
human,
mad.
man. And nobody's ever in the NFL seen somebody go into cardiac arrest. And when I seen it happen, I'm like, yo, did dude just die on the field? Cause he just went completely stiff. I'm like, he got up and just I'm like, that's man, hold on, is that a concussion? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is that? Like you start thinking all type of things. My man started running like, yo, is this for real? And then I seen they faces and they crying. I'm like, oh, this game over.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was gone. If at that point, when tears started flowing, I thought he was gone. And I believe in miracles, and I am praying that this young man pulls through. I'm praying that he makes it through, and he lives to tell about it, and he gets to be a witness for, because he was already a good dude, and you can see in his podcasting. I don't want to go to it or anything like that, but you can see when he podcasts and he said, I play every down like it's my last, because you never know what's promised to you. He's just like you said in the beginning, he's a good man. And I hope this works out in his favor and in everybody's favor.
Man, his heart stopped twice, and they saying his vital signs are starting to, they starting to see some good progress. So man, that's just amazing in itself. And hopefully he come out of it and he able to speak, and he probably have to learn how to walk again and different things like that. But he young and he's strong and he healthy. Free play, man. One in phenomenon, man. And salute to my Bengals, man, for just being strong and just it really just put a hex on it put a dark cloud on the games to come. But it seems insensitive when people say, hey, look, the show must go on. If you was at work, you worked in a hospital, or you worked at Kroger's and somebody passed away, you still have to come to work tomorrow. As bad as it sounds, you be at work like, oh man, I lost my cousin, my grandmother. You may go to the funeral, but you still got to come back to work. Yeah, you get some time off, right? But when we go to for as the results of the game and with the shortness of the season, how do we navigate this? Are they going to push it back? Have you seen anything to say we're going to push this season back or anything? Is this a forfeit? Is this an automatic win for Cincinnati? Is my question. That's a lot of people question I bumped into today. This should automatically be a forfeit, and we go by the score where it's at. What was it, 7-3?
7-3. It's unprecedented. They can go by percentages, winning percentages, but who knows? Nobody is going to feel like they've had nothing's the right answer. That's why it's important.
It should be.
Go ahead.
Oh no, my fault. Go ahead, see.
I think it's important for us all to understand that nobody is right and nobody is wrong. We're all allowed to have our own opinions on this, because this is the first time anything like this has ever happened. Nobody's witnessed this ever before. So we're
No.
all allowed to process things the way that we want to. If you're out there and you're saying they should have played that game, you're allowed to think that. You might not believe,
Yeah.
other people might not think the same way, but you are allowed to believe that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, I mean, but we've never so we've never seen that before. So like, I don't know if I could play like I know my teammate is down on the ground and the fans in the stand don't know. So the NFL, when it's going on, they doing their best to spin it like we didn't see what we just saw. But as soon as I seen it, I'm online like, yo, did he just die in front of us?
Yep.
And one of my homies, Seth Holston, he a cinematographer. He chimed in like, nah, I think he just knocked out. I'm like, bro, they treating him like it's a heart attack.
Yeah. They're administering a CPR.
And in my head, I'm like, yo, this is not performance enhancement drugs, is it? Like, this is a 2-year guy, a lot of pressure to do well. Like, is it this? Is it that? And then you look at his background, you're like, nah, ain't no way he doing that. And then you see the doctor. I think we got a video. The next video is a doctor talking about this phenomenon that actually happened. I think
but we do have this doctor,
Our CEO and emergency medical specialist, to give us a little bit of insight, perhaps.
Yeah, Dr. Cadillo, we talked to you about so many different things, and because you're in an ER all the time, you've seen trauma as well as illness. And so in examining that hit on the field and the fact that this player then stood up and then went down, what are you able to tell from that little bit of video?
Certainly, David. Well, what we can tell is that the event was most probably secondary to that hit. There are other episodes where athletes are running, they're exerting themselves, and will have a ventricular arrhythmia secondary to a hypertrophic or enlarged heart. That's different. This was traumatic. And we see that hit happened in that upper chest area. And there are a couple of things that could happen under this scenario. The first to think about, obviously, is the spinal cord injury. It doesn't seem like that's what happened here. Because when you have a spinal cord injury that does injure acutely that cervical spine, you don't get back up. You're on the floor and you'll stay on the floor. He was able to get back up. That leads us to believe this was more of a cardiac injury. When you have a cardiac injury, a couple of things again could happen. With a large enough hit to the anterior chest, you can transect the aorta, the large blood vessel coming out of that heart. But when that happens, number one, that's not survivable usually, and you don't stand up after that kind of injury. Even if it was a mild dissection, these are very significant injuries. It's a very common injury. The third thing we're thinking about, it's called the R-on-T phenomenon. This is a phenomenon that when the heart is going between its beats, as that heart is depolarizing and then repolarizing, if you have traumatic trauma to the chest, at a very specific moment, as that heart is repolarizing itself, you can go into a lethal ventricular arrhythmia. And that's what it looks like it happened, because he was able to stand up, and at that point, his heart started what we call fibrillating. That's that cardiac arrest. That's when he collapsed back down, and they would have recognized at that point no pulse. If it had been a cervical injury, you wouldn't expect him to have lost his pulse that soon. Same thing with a transection of the aorta. You may still have a pulse for a very brief moment. At this time, he had no pulse when he hit the ground. That's more of a ventricular arrhythmia that was happening. This is a dysrhythmia that happens after trauma. Now, the mainstay of treatment would have been, number one, protecting his airway, and then defibrillating the patient. We know that we have AEDs, or the automated defibrillators, all around our community. I am certain that they were in that facility. They were also on the ambulance.
They got him together, that's for sure.
For sure.
And that
they did, yeah. And we wasn't trying to make this show all about what happened, but I've seen so much on social media, just everything out to Buffalo, man. We can't forget about our home team. We can't forget about the Bengals. We can't forget about our quarterback, the machine, thorough Joe Burrow, cool Joe Burrow. We can't forget about, damn, it feel good to be a Bengal.
Yeah.
Like, so, man, we can't keep continuing on, you know. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna make it. That should be a win for us. And I don't want to sound insensitive. Man, I really talked to maybe about 12 people today about this.
Mm-hmm.
And Skip Bayless, he's under scrutiny for saying, you know, the show must go on.
I think that he's under scrutiny for what it's not what he said, but he's been constantly disrespectful.
Yeah,
Constantly,
that's
over
look
and
at
over and over. I mean, even today, I was watching Undisputed, and even in the beginning monologue today, he wouldn't even let Shannon Sharp get his monologue out. Did you see that?
So look, we got two clips right here, right? This one is old, and the other one is the one that you're talking about. Yeah, and this dude, if you ain't never seen this one, Shannon Snap.
To these damn coaches because you love Tom Brady. Tom Brady does not watch more coaches than coaches. He does not. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a flat out lie.
That's a flat out lie that you're perpetrating. There's never been anything because you can't stand it that Tom Brady at 45 is still playing this game at a very high level. Yeah.
You see these numbers? Yeah. These numbers say Tom Brady is not playing at a high level.
I need you. Okay, you're in the Hall of Fame because you're scared to death of him because he's haunted you. Time out. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I would like to announce the fact, if you're new to our show, that this man for 6 straight years on this show that we have been partners at this debate desk has tried to send Tom Brady home, said he's washed up, his arm is in decline, and he should just go on home. It started the first day of this show in September of 2016, and he has been wrong for 6 straight years, and he's going to be wrong again. I'm standing by what I said.
How convinced are you Tom Brady's going to win the Super Bowl?
Okay, I picked him to win it. I'm not backing off.
So we're gonna go to the next one. What the next one? Right?
Yeah. Just giving y'all a little history of their relationship. That was just recent. Now, this is today.
Morning.
He couldn't even get his monologue out.
Why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture, innuendo, but I will say this: in watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So they struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead. Let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back. Skip,
well, I thought,
Skip, just let. I was
going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet.
Skip has hair. Look at Skip has though. Skip has hair. What he up?
I was under the impression you weren't going to bring
Starbucks.
Because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No.
Oh, there he is. This one.
Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly,
he said the bosses wanted you to give explanation. So clearly, someone had a problem.
The bosses. That's the end of it right there. They go into some basketball shit after that. Yeah. They got problems over there. He all upset, but Shannon Sharp has also been hating on my Bengals all year long. All them was hating on us in the beginning of the year, and now here we are again. Then they try to play us like, oh, well, you remember Tua Tagovailoa went down on that same very field, and it's just bad mojo around the Bengals in that area. Like, man, y'all hating on the jungle. Man, when you come to the jungle, what happened if you in the jungle? If you got to survive in the jungle. Bruh, we on a 7-8 game win streak. You know what this just did to our psyche? Man, we ain't got time for nobody to be blaming no T. Higgins. Boy Scott, shut the fuck up. Shannon Sharp, shut the fuck up. Anybody else is hating on the motherfucking Bengals and how we get down and how strong and vicious we play, shut the fuck up. You don't like football, turn it off. We done went through a strike. We done went through the don't nobody watch the NFL. Hey, it's a vicious and violent sport.
And this was a once in a lifetime thing. So yeah, like you said, we're gonna move on.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Now this right here, yeah.
revealing attire.
Dr. Phil.
Not at all about female empowerment.
My concern is when we talk about something, there was a great comment in the audience from someone who was younger that said, we should have the freedom to dress how we want. We should be able to choose that. Yep.
Yeah, dress however you want to.
Fortunately, we live in a world where we don't have that kind of equity right now. And so the empowerment is it's at the individual level. You get to make that individual choice. But what ends up happening is that we replicate the same old stereotypes about what it means to be an attractive woman. And those stereotypes really are derived from male pleasure. It's how can we make ourselves desirable for men?
Yeah, but that may not be where someone is coming from. Like
no,
you said,
it's
that's
not. You're not thinking. I know
from.
you are not thinking that.
Phil, like, nah, hold
Let's
on.
go. This is my favorite topic when we start talking about these.
Say your name and go ahead.
Sluts. Love them.
Oh, she
or
looks like.
hate 'em.
Look at her. Look at her. She looks like. Look at the eyelashes. Look at her. The makeup, bags under her fucking eyes.
The big eyelashes.
Jacket on you? Can you cover up?
This is what you were wearing, right?
Yeah, that pink shirt.
She look like she still look
well,
bad
I'm
there
gonna
too.
Go grab you a shirt. Well, you sit here. You can't board the plane.
Did they say what they thought was going to happen if you got on with that on? Did they think there was
no?
going to
She's
be
like, you can't board the plane.
a riot or something?
Yeah, right. Like I don't know.
Were you allowed to board?
Yep, because no one else had an issue with.
Okay, nobody had an issue. But
no one else.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
you've always gravitated.
that ain't dressing. I don't know. That's what they call slutty.
That didn't look slutty at all.
So actually, that's an interesting
Nah,
point.
it's. I think the next video got something slutty. I don't even know if it's in there. I don't even think I don't even think I did. It was like some chick. That's the meaning of slut.
Right. Okay, let's talk about it. What is your? Because I used to have a shirt that said "I love slut." What's your destination? Oh, I think I see the video that you're talking about. So, what is the definition of slut? What's the meaning? It says a sexually promiscuous woman.
Yeah.
Let's see what here.
A sexually promiscuous woman or girl.
By extension, a prostitute. There's several different names.
Or a blunt slut. Or
road whore.
A blunt and it's a drink slut, but blunt whores are real.
Cum guzzler.
Slurping it. She's slurping it. I want you to come try out my mouth.
Doorstop.
Why every chick think that her mouth is the best mouth and you ain't ready for her? Like you ain't ready for me.
Like
you ain't ready for me. Like you ain't ready for me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna turn you out. You ain't ready for me. Let me put this mouth on you one time.
A slovenly and tidy
nasty mouth ass. So nasty mouth on out of here. Shut the fuck up.
Wikisaurus promiscuous woman. Wikisaurus prostitute.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the definition of slut.
So that's and use it in a slant. Can we use it in a sentence? Is this going to get us banned from the internet today?
Huh?
Is this going to get us banned from the internet?
Nah, it's on the internet. She's modeling.
What's she talking about though?
Happened again recently and found some pretty.
Look at the title. Look what the name of the title is, though.
Busty lingerie hot video. So, what is the purpose of this part of our show, Mr. Smith Johnson?
So,
I'm all for it, man.
We're talking about sluts. Do you love them or do you hate them? She's dressed provocative. She doesn't talk like a slut, but her mannerisms and behavior is a slut. So we want to see real quick within 2 minutes, what will she do on this camera? She will not show her rear end. If she show her rear end, you can
straight
stop
up, straight
the
down.
video.
No, it's straight up, straight down, Miss 6 o'clock. It's all she's got is those fake boobies, man. And after that, fellas, I understand why we're showing this video. We got to teach. This is a teachable moment. See, she got
Look, already. It ain't even been 2 minutes, and she's already here. You go. Here I am, the slut.
But this is for educational. It's for educational purposes only, fellas. You don't want a woman like this long term.
No,
you don't. You don't want a woman like this long term.
You want the woman that You can come in the house, you can push her down on the bed, you can grab her hair, choke her a little bit, pull them panties to the side, and you can ask her, whose is it? All right? That's what you want. You don't want the sluts. My mouth is better than everybody's mouth. She done slept with the brother. She done slept with the cousin. She done slept with the uncle. She done slept with the friends. Man, you don't want the slut. I like that pink though.
Yeah, she does look cool in that. But what is the purpose of this? I don't understand the purpose of this. What is this for? Some spank bank? Is this spank bank? Is this for someone who is trying to pleasure himself? I mean, I don't understand. What does this do for someone?
It's everywhere. And not only that, there's also the camel toe videos that's trending now. These type videos are trending. It's like almost like softcore, like free OnlyFans is what it is. And then they also have the camel toe videos now where they put on yoga pants and they pull the pants up on their vagina. And this is trending on every app imaginable. You can type it in and then just all type of videos pop up. You're like, are you serious? This is a new thing? And right before that, the trend was to lay there with their legs wide open, like just spread their legs. Just spreading them repeatedly, 30, 40 videos. This is what they're doing now. This is the new trend.
This is the camel toe. This is morning training. This is a camel toe exercise. If you're trying to, what the hell is going on here?
This is what's going on outside. And some people might be like, I never knew that that's what's going on. Yes, you have to retool and rethink every year. When you become a parent or just an uncle or a loved one or a brother and you got younger siblings, you have to retool and rethink every 3 to 6 months because it's always a new trend and you may not even know about it. Remember, the trend was to run around and knock people out. I remember in our heyday, guess what our trend was? To ask you for change for a 20, and when you pull it out, we snatching it and we gone. See what I mean? Like, man, we outside, man.
Quite lovely. It's a typical German camel. We breed this in the Piston Mountains. Camel toe is showing.
Wow.
Is that a? Do you breed it to have that?
So we got on the camel toe videos. What we got a little bit more time. What happened to your boy? What happened to your boy Charleston White? Where'd he go? I haven't heard too much from him. Did he disappear? Did someone beat him up?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't follow the guy, man. Yeah, after that, they let that the way he talked about the one dude's mom like that, man. And ain't nobody put hands or feet on him, acting or not, man. It's just some, it seemed too real to be an act. He ain't disrespect, nobody else, mama, for real.
We posted that on Say Cheese. It got like 600,000. It did like two to.
He's talking about. But
somebody
he's
asked
talking
in the
about
comments,
Vaughn.
They said, "Well, Say Cheese, why does Charleston White hate King Von so much?"
Oh,
you seen this one?
Black people and bragged about it.
Yeah.
Man, he bragged about killing black people. Some of his most prolific, most entertaining songs is talking about how he killed black people and get away with it.
A lot of people like him.
In jail for murder.
Laugh at him,
When you look at the court documents, the only reason he was released from jail is because the witnesses came up dead. Only for him to get out of jail, homie. Champion murder. When you look at his victims, all his victims is black people, both men and women. And then the guy say, I'm a demon.
He on there going through a full PowerPoint.
Morally, spiritually, and I'm against all of that, huh?
But he says that in one breath. He says that, but then he'll get on there popping off guns and talking crazy like he's a shock jock. He's got to make up his mind because I want to fight him. I'm coming on camera too for this one too. Hey, Charleston White, you little runt looking rat looking Mickey Mouse rat looking punk. I want to fight you. Man to man. Put the gun down. Fight me. Mano to mano.
He ain't fighting nobody.
We can do it for charity. We can do it MMA style. You run, it's dudes like him. It's like he says, he goes, I hate all that stuff. But I've seen so many videos of him perpetuating the same culture that he says that he's against. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, I don't know. I mean, but he says, and then he hides behind being a shock jock, which is cool. And do your thing, man. Do your thing. I'm just saying, I'd like to fight with you. I'd like to have a good country backyard throw hands. Just pop, let's see what you got. Put the gun down. We're the same age, probably. I'm almost 50. I don't know if you almost 50, but we're about the same. Let's just throw hands one time. You picked on T.I. to the point where you got T.I. rapping at you. Picked on T.I.'s son. My son will beat your motherfucking ass. On God. You come pick on my son will throw hands on your old ass. So stay away from my family. But I'm just saying.
A table match. Devon, get the table. Motherfucker rock bottom his little ass to a table. He get his shit drilled like.
When Cat Williams got into a fight with that little teenager too, I beat his little munchkin ass.
Like, yo, don't punch him, yo. Just slam his ass.
But
slam his ass.
But he talks so much shit, man. He talks so much shit about. I mean, I get where he's coming from about like as far as like rappers, but and I can't hate on what he's doing. I just want to fight him. I just want to have a fair one-on-one, man-to-man, mano y mano fist fight with you. Fist fight, just one time. Just put him up. Let's see if he's really tough. If he's really a tough guy. I mean, because he talks, he's like he's a tough guy. He talk. I don't never talk like I'm a tough guy. You probably never even think that would come out of my mouth that I would say I want to fight Charleston White, but I do. I want to fight him.
He ain't squaring up. He calling the police. He Mason and he telling. He got that Dog the Bounty Hunter mace gun. You know, Dog the Bounty Hunter was the first one to have that big boy mace for real.
I'll make sure I stay away from that dude. Then I didn't said it. I said it. If it can be, it happen. We one-on-one, just a little fight. We get it dirty a little bit, man. We ain't got it. We both we ain't gonna go more than 2 minutes. For real. You probably got some aggression you want to get out. If you catch a fair one on me, my guy, you catch a fair one on me. It'll be a chance for you to get some aggression out and shut your little pick-squeak ass up, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
And shout out to all you simple-minded ladies who feet hurt. I got a tip for you to get your feet to stop hurting. Get you a can of that cream style corn. I say this all the time, and I have to say this before I go because I just won't feel right if I don't remind you. Get you a can of cream style corn and put it on the floor. Drop it on the floor. And look at it when you drop it on the floor. Make sure you see the cream style corn label looking up at you, and then put it on your foot and roll it. All right. And then you could sit there on your phone for an hour and a half now instead of 45 minutes and getting up to go to the bathroom. Now you can go an hour and a half. You the real MVP.
I gotta say this before we get off here too. The reason why I'm going at Charleston White like this is because the FOI don't appreciate, and I'm not even full-blown member, but we don't appreciate the things that you said about Louis Farrakhan. He's a good man. He saved more black folks, black men in this country than any other human being in modern day history. And for you to disrespect him, you got to catch hands, my nigga.
Oh, speaking of Farrakhan,
We can't do it to Vlad because Vlad will tell because he's a little punk white boy. But you catch a fade, Charleston White. You get to catch a fade. You're gonna run up on somebody from the nation and they're gonna catch you. You're gonna catch one because you don't disrespect the minister like that. He's done way too much for too many people.
he ain't outside. Did you see the interview? Ja Rule got like a 4-part interview.
Anything Ja Rule, I'm saying the fuck away from. Fuck
Well,
that.
it's with Farrakhan.
When?
Right now. It's new, it's fresh. Like I follow
I can't
one of them FOIs. So Farrakhan, they up there, it's a 4-part interview.
Ooh, I gotta watch it because I don't understand. I mean, hey man, no,
You ain't
man,
see it because
that makes me up. That don't sit right with my spirit.
yeah, you got to go watch it. As soon as we get out, check it out. It's a 4-part. It's a
I'm glad you hit me to that.
It's the minister break it down for him, man, and teach him the whole conversation, man. If you don't like the minister, man, hey, just watching them, you getting taught. Like, man, hey, smoothest speaker, smoothest gifted speaker I ever seen in my life, man.
But on the interview with Ja Rule, what's going down?
Oh man, you got man. I mean, he talking about everything, man, from start to where he at now. Like it's a great watch. You got to check it out, man. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to see two men sit there for real. You looking
it happened
at
a year ago. Okay, it happened a year. It's I'm looking at one. That's a year ago. It couldn't have been recent. It couldn't have been.
Yeah, student and the teacher. Matter of fact, it's about the beef with 50 Cent. My bad.
Okay, yeah. That happened a lot. Okay. I'm gonna watch that. I see it right here, and I see her right here. But I said it couldn't be recent because
but a lot of people never. A lot of people never seen it, but he got recent interviews too.
That's what's up.
He talking to more people. He talking to I think the most recent one is Killer Mike, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, I fuck with Killer Mike though. Killer Mike, yeah, he is. I like what he's doing.
He's a humanitarian for real.
I like what he's doing with legislation and everything like that. That's gangster. So everybody out there that's listening, that watches our program, that's always on some street stupid ass shit. Get on this real gangster.
Get a job. Get a job.
There's got to be somebody smart in your crew that understands and knows how to read. If you don't got one person in your crew that knows how to read, you doing yourself and your whole crew a disservice. Find somebody who's send them to law school.
And quit laying up under that funky ass hoe. For real. Go in the bathroom after her and see what it smell like.
You stupid.
Yeah, that's the real right there. We ain't talking about them perfumes and them lotions. Go in the bathroom out there. That's the real. Yeah, quit laying up under that nothing. You could just stay here, just watch the kids for me while I go to work. And where she work at? McDonald's. Nah, fam.
Oh, she bringing home McDonald's. She's bringing home Happy Meals, adult Happy Meals, and everything.
if she work at the daycare, then that means she getting paid under the table. You know what I mean? Like if you in that situation, man, don't feel ashamed. Take advantage. You got cheap rent and you got food. So that's two things you don't have to worry about. Don't be trying to go get no stupid exclusive car note. You know what I mean? Buckle down. Get money, keep the relationship fresh, uplift her, uplift yourself. Man, you could win. Don't let them make you be lazy because they gave you this and gave you that. If they put you in that situation, you supposed to boom out of that.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to fail in that. If you fail in that, you are what you are. I mean, I don't have to tell you what you are after that. If you fail in that, you are what you are. You can't tell me that you about to live 20 years in the apartment off of that assistance and you ain't boomed up yet. If you ain't boomed up yet, then you doing something wrong, fam.
Mm.
I usually charge $200 an hour for that, fam, but that was for you, fam. That
That
was
ain't-
for free, fam.
That's some real ass shit though. If you ain't boomed up and you've been on government assistance for 20 years. I know ghetto millionaires though. I know some people that's been on government assistance that got $500,000 cash. Everything.
Booming. Booming.
Looking bummy. You know what I'm saying? Looking bummy. Talking bummy. I think we need to reprogram people, man. It's not about the stunt. We need to reprogram. We start getting smarter. Listen,
Yeah, man, been trying to boom, like just when I say boom, like just buckle down. Hang in there. Have a plan. Just don't go into it blindly like I'm gonna figure it out on the fly. Have a plan. Have some structure. You know? Quit being up under Lolita. Quit being up under Jamont. Get your ass up and do something. Like, I'm just gonna stay here. You wanna fuck all day. Nah, get your ass up. That's what them chicks you want to fuck all day. I'm gonna suck his soul. Yeah, girl, I sucked his soul out. He don't even want to work. He just in here playing the game all day. Yeah, girl. Yeah, me and Jamon. Yeah, Jamon. That's my baby, Jamon. Yeah, Jamon. Like
he sell a little weed, you know. He sell a little weed on the side.
he said a little weed.
I heard him on the phone with his connect though. He owes some money. I'm gonna slide him a little 20. He can get us another little sack.
Yeah, they done smoking up the profit in that motherfucker. Getting that dirt weed, they swear it's that fire. Like, nah, fam, just go to work. Yeah. Just go to work, fam. Just go to work, fam.
I promise you, if you get you a regular job and then still do that on the side for a year, you'll be fine.
Man, I remember I pursued it. Hey, it was decent times because you for real, it be just your friends that you dealing with. It ain't really too many randoms.
And ain't nobody trying to go. You establish out this is game. Like Smith Johnson just said, we usually charge $200 an hour for this. When meeting and dealing with new people, the simple way to make sure you don't ever end up on no fuck shit is you look them in the eye and you say, I'm not trying to go to jail on no fuck shit. So if it ain't gonna be 100, leave me the fuck alone. Look them in the eye. Say those things to them. If they come at you on some fuck shit once, be done.
And look, also, if one of the dudes like that you selling to, his chick be coming back and you notice that she flirting, man, don't have sex with her. Just let her suck your dick.
Say it again.
Don't have sex with her. Just let her give you some head. That's how that go, man. Don't be because you know how them chicks. I'm just flirting, trying to get an extra gram or two in my bag. You finna get a dick in your mouth,
and you cannot tell. You can't tell the dude what happened because if you tell the dude what happened, he's gonna believe the girl. He's gonna believe the girl 9 times out of 10. He's gonna believe the girl. He's gonna throw his whole life away by believing the girl.
He liked me. He gave me an extra gram in my bag. He liked me. Like, girl, bad.
First, he's gonna think it's cute. Oh yeah, you go buy it from him because he's gonna give you an extra joint. We're gonna get an extra joint out of it, thinking he got a loyal girl. And then
like, what took so long in there? He's sitting outside waiting. It's 30 minutes. Like, what took so long?
Nah, she's driving herself, and she's driving to go get it. And he's dumping her off in the car. He's sitting in the car, bringing it to her in the car. And he's dumping her. He's dumping her in the passenger seat that she rides around her boyfriend in, dog.
She like, and look, when he get in the car, like, where he at? Oh, his bitch ass at home, sleep on the game.
On the game. He's on the game. And then he gonna eat me out whenever I get home too. Idiots.
He gonna slurp it like she just got hit in the car.
In the
Then
car.
get home and he slurping it.
I don't know what to say about you guys. Y'all need to get it together.
Slurping it.
You need to get it together. Y'all need to
Slurp
get it together. Get
Go
yourself
ahead and
together.
slurp it.
Amazon
Slurp it one
firing.
time.
I mean, it's a good thing to have a respectable job. A respectable job. You get you a respectable. I promise you, you go work at Amazon or something like that, you're gonna find a girl at Amazon that's on the same shit as you.
Exactly.
And she's gonna be making $25 an hour. You're gonna be making $25 an hour. Two people laying up just fucking on each other is not gonna get nobody nowhere.
A working vagina feels better. Let me tell you, for real. It's fresher too. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing like that. Well, I think we I like tonight's show. We back. I think we're back.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to all the Bengals. We're gonna go ahead and smash Baltimore 35-14. We're gonna take it out of them, take it out on them. I feel like some stuff shouldn't keep being updated every day on the news. But yeah, shout out to them Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, we deserve it. Our fan base deserves love. We handled it with grace and class.
And then the mug gonna tell me like, oh, you don't get on there and say nothing insensitive because you never know. Look, my team been losing for 30 years. We just now start winning, man. Fuck y'all. Tell me about my motherfucking team. We've been losing for 30 years. You trying to tell me to tuck my pride for my team? Hell nah.
Because they're going. That's one thing that I wanted to make clear too. They're going to start playing football again. Saturday, they got games again. I'm going to be proud to be. I mean, when can I start being proud to be in a Bengal again? This is something that happened. Hopefully that there's a miracle that happens and this man makes it out, because the modern day technology and everything happened in Cincinnati in the jungle. When is it going to be politically correct to be able to be proud to be a Bengal? Because I got a song I'm trying to release. I'm trying to build some camaraderie with my friends.
Man, I ain't even gonna say no more about them, but man, 30 years, bruh, been losing and dying hard with my Bengals and my Reds. I'm talking about 30 years. Oh man, maybe next year, man. Maybe next year, man.
That's what Miss Seeley did. She said that in Color Purple. I've been asked for your hand in marriage. I've been 30 years.
You know how many people's parents and grandparents never got to see the Bengals get to the Super Bowl last year, man? I'm talking about, bruh, we've been losing for a long time. You know how many generations of life is in the ground and ain't got to see them Bengals, man?
Man, this dude told me a story. He saw Joe Mixon at a party, and this lady, a 70-year-old lady, started crying because she got, and he didn't understand it. I was like, yeah, I can see that happening. A 70-year-old lady getting to meet Joe Mixon, getting to meet, because the Bengals is larger than life to her, and she gets to touch Joe Mixon. And like you said, all those years of being a Bengals fan, all those years of being mediocre, in the past 30 years sucking, not even getting to the playoffs. It's worth it.
Yeah, man. Years. We get overshadowed by everything. Don't nobody take us serious, man. We supposed to just put ourselves on the back burner and just worry about everybody else, man. I need that game to be a victory for us, and I need us to stand up for us, man. And the last thing I got to say, if they won't tell you, I will. I love you. I love you. I love you. Show some love, feel some love, y'all.